Hey guys, Mr. T here, just doing a video on scales for Year 8 music. So what is a scale? In music theory, a scale is a set of musical notes in a particular order. So the musical notes are A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and that repeats again, there is no H. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G constantly. At this level, most scales are going to be 8 notes. A sequence of 8 notes is called an octave. Scales are named based on the notes they start and end on. So for example, an F major scale is going to start on an F and it's going to go up 8 notes, that's inclusive of the first one, to finish on F. So if I was to show how that works, what comes after F, G, there is no H, it starts back at A again, B, C, D, E, F. So you can see 8 notes here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And that set of 8 notes starts on F and ends on F. Now a major scale is a scale with an overall happy sound. Now if I had a piano for this particular app that lets me video myself talking and writing, then I could show you that it sounds happy, but I don't. But you have to trust me that a major scale sounds happy. And what makes it sound happy is because of the combination of tones and semitones that make up the scale. So a major scale has this combination of tones, which I've marked with T, and semitones, which I've marked with S, between its 8 notes. So if you've got the 8 notes of a major scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if it was an F major scale, it would be F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F. The kind of jumps between those notes would be in this order: tone, tone, a semitone, tone, 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 and a semitone. So that's if it's going up, 1 to 8. If it was going down, if it was going backwards, which we call descending order, if it was going 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, obviously it's not going to be the same combination of jumps. It's going to be that combination of jumps but backwards. So if you were going from 8 down to 1, you'd have a semitone, tone, 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 semitone, tone, tone. So to keep that in mind, we're only going to be talking about major scales at this stage. You're always looking for this combination of jumps to make a major scale. So that's going to practice writing a major scale. Okay? And you only need to know 3 of them. They are C, F, and G major scales. And I'm going to have this little piano here to help us indicate the kind of jumps that are occurring, so you can see them visually. That's why we get you to play keyboard as part of music as well. So I'm going to start off by writing a C major scale in the treble clef, and I'm going to do it going up, so from 1 to 8. So if I'm going to do notes going up, I'd probably want to start off low on the staff, so I've got space to go up. So I'm going to draw a middle C here. C. Just going to do it in semi-breves. So what comes after C? D, then E, F, G, A, B, C. So I've drawn my 8 notes here. Started off on C, ended on C. So my scale degrees for these notes are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Alright? Now if it's a major scale, it has to have a tone jump between 1 and 2. So what is a C to a D? C to a D, that is a tone because it jumps over the black key. So that's a whole tone. Whereas this is a semitone if it jumps to the black key. So that's a tone, and that's what we wanted. We wanted a tone between 1 and 2. So that's fine. What kind of a jump is it between 2 and 3? Well, a D to an E is also a tone, which is what we wanted here. So that's also fine. Between 3 and 4, we want a semitone. Well, 3 and 4, these notes are E and F. So what kind of a jump is an E and F? E to an F is a semitone because there is no black key for you to jump over. So an E to an F is a semitone, which is exactly what we wanted. Okay? The next jump from 4 to 5, we expect a tone for it to be a major scale. This is an F and a G. Let's check what kind of a jump it is. Well, an F to a G jumps over a black key, so that is also a tone, which is what we wanted. What kind of a jump is it from 5 to 6? Well, 5 to 6 is a G to an A. A G to an A jumps over a black key, so that's a whole tone again. A tone, like we expected. Or like we want for a major scale. 6 and 7, that is an A to a B. An A to a B jumps over a black note. So it's a tone, which is what we want for a major scale. And lastly, 7 to an 8, we want a semitone. Well, what kind of a jump is it from 7 to 8 here? It's a B to a C. A B to a C does not jump over any black key, so it is a semitone. So if you look at a C major scale, if you just write the note C to the next C up, those 8 notes there, they already fit the sequence of jumps for a major scale. So we don't need to add any accidentals or do anything to these notes to make it sound happy in a major scale. Okay? So if you're writing a C major scale and it asks you to use accidentals, you don't need to write any sharps or flats there because it already fits the sequence of tones and semitones. And as a result, if you were asked to write a scale using a key signature, and a key signature indicates at the start of a song what accidentals are going to be used throughout, I didn't need to add any accidentals to C major, so the C major key signature is just that. In treble clef, there's no accidentals, no sharps or flats. Now F major, let's try that. Sometimes you need to add accidentals to make the right set of jumps. So let's draw an F major scale without any accidentals first. I'll start on F down low, G, A, B, C, D, E, and F. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 notes. So let's check that the jumps are correct. I need a tone between 1 and 2. F to G. F to G is a tone, so that's right. That is fine. It's a tone like we wanted. G to an A. G to an A, if you look on the keyboard up there, G to an A jumps over G sharp, so that is also a tone, which is what we want. Now this one, A to a B, between 3 and 4, we want it to be a semitone. But A to a B, that is a tone. So I need to adjust this somehow to make it a semitone. So the thing that I'll do is bring 4 closer to A by half of a jump. How do I do that? That's with a flat sign, because a flat sign brings a note down by a semitone. So now A to B flat is a semitone like we want for a major scale to have a semitone between 3 and 4. So I had to use an accidental to fix that. B flat to C is a whole tone like we need. C to a D is a whole tone like we need. D to an E is like a whole tone like what we need. And E to an F, if you look on the keyboard here, E to an F is a semitone because there's no black key to jump over, and a semitone is what we want. So you can see in F major we need to add a flat to the B to make it sound right. So the key signature, if you were writing the key signature at the start of the song to avoid having to write a flat in front of the B's every time, you would write a flat on the B line of treble clef. And so you don't need to write this next to the note if you're asked to use a key signature. So that's F major done. G major. So G major is a major scale. It's going to start on G. So I'll start off G here. Note 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need to make sure that the jumps are correct. Tone. So a tone, G to A, G to A, G to A, that's already a tone, so that's fine. I'll put the scale degree numbers first. Tone. A to a B is also a tone. Now B to a C. B to a C is a semitone, which is what we want. C to a D is a tone, which is what we want. D to an E is a tone, which is what we want. E to an F. E to an F is a semitone here, but we want a tone between 6 and 7. So I'm going to need to make F further away from E. And how am I going to do that? F, the next furthest away by a semitone, is the jump up here to F sharp. So I need to make F sharpened, go up by a semitone to make this jump a whole tone. And now F sharp to G is going to be a semitone, which is what we want as well. So that's going to be a G major scale. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, and G. So as you can notice, to make G major, I had to make F sharpened. So if I was asked to do G major with a key signature rather than writing the sharp in front of F, I would instead write the sharp on the F line in treble clef. You're also going to need to be able to write scales in the bass clef because you've already done a theory test on reading notes in treble and bass clef. So you just have to remember that the lines in bass clef read good boys deserve fruit always, and the spaces spell all cows eat grass. So if I wanted to write a C major scale going up, I'd probably start on the C down low, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Scale degrees 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the tones are going to be between 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 3 and 4, and E to an F is a semitone, as you can see there. 4 and 5 is a tone, 5 and 6 is a tone, 6 and 7 is a tone, and 7 and 8 is a semitone because B to C is a semitone. So the key signature in bass clef is going to be the same, nothing, because I didn't have to do anything to make the C major scale sound right. Now F major, we're doing in bass clef, so we can do this a bit quicker, starting low, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F. They're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll move this out of the way. I can't for some reason. I'll need to add another picture. So the tones and semitones, tone between 1 and 2, tone between 2 and 3. A to B is a full tone, but we want a semitone, so I need to add a flat to the B flat to make it a semitone. B flat to C is a tone, C to D is a tone, D to E is a tone, E to F is a semitone. So that fits the combination that we need for a major scale, but we have to have a B flat. So in the bass clef, B flat, the F major scale key signature looks like that. So that's what you would need if you're using a key signature instead. G major in the bass clef, start low, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Jump between G and A is a tone, A to B is a tone, B to C, as you can see here, is a semitone, which is what we want. C to a D is a tone, D to an E is a tone, E to F is a semitone, but we need a tone here, so I'm going to make the F a semitone higher using a sharp. So now this is going to be a full tone, and this is going to be a semitone, which is what we want. So the G major key signature in the bass clef is going to have a sharp on the F line. Okay? So through all this information, this is what we've been doing for the last 4 weeks in class. You're going to need to be able to do a bunch of things all in one. You're going to need to be able to write a C, F, or G major scale. You need to be able to write it in treble or bass clef. You need to do it in ascending or descending order, so up or down. You need to do it either with accidentals or with a key signature. So either you're going to write the sharps or flats before the note, or you're going to write the key signature at the start that indicates you have to sharpen the F without having to write the sharp there. Okay? You'll need to use any type of note that we've learned so far, so semibreves, minims, crotchets, quavers, and you need to do the right stem directions. You need to write the scale degree numbers for each note, and then you'll need to have a bracket to indicate tones and slur to indicate semitones. So I'm going to show one example here of doing that, and then you're going to have to be able to do that for yourself when we do practice in class. So here, I'm going to highlight the important stuff that I need to be able to deal with. I'm doing a G major scale. It's going to be in bass clef. It's going down because it's descending, and I want to use a key signature, and I'm going to write it in crotchets. So, starting off, write a bass clef, the two dots on the top and the second to top line. It's a G major scale, and I need to write it with a key signature. So if I look up here, the key signature for G major has an F sharp written, or a sharp written on the F line. So I'm going to write a sharp on the F line. And now I'll start writing my G major scale. Now it's going to be descending order, so the notes are going to go down. So I need to start off high on the scale, on the staff. So all cows eat grass. G. It has to be in crotchets. Right now I've done a semi-brief, so I need to colour it in. It's above the halfway point of the stave, so I need to put the stem down. G. F. Down. E. Down. D. That's on the middle line of the stave, so I can put the stem up or down. The notes just either have to look like a P or a D in shape. So I'm going to put it up. G, F, E, D, C, B, A, G. Let me double check that there's 8 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's going in descending order, so the order is actually 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I've used a key signature, I've done it in crotchets, so all I need to do now, after I've written the scale degree numbers, is I need to indicate in brackets the tones and slurs semitones. Now I have to remember this was in descending order, so in ascending order, going up, a major scale is tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. So if it was going down, it would be semitone, tone, 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 semitone, tone, tone. So here, you're going to have a semitone, you're going to have a tone, 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 semitone, tone, and tone. So that's an example of a question that I'm going to be asking you to do in class to get some achievement trophies on a little tracker there. You should practice this, or you need to watch this video if you haven't been listening in class. Hopefully that's helpful to you, and I'll see you next time.